and the norepinephrine. So the TCAs are indicated for the relief of symptoms of depression. So used to treat the major depressions. So it blocks the reuptake of what? Again, the norepinephrine and serotonin. So this elevates the mood. It increases interest in daily activity or daily living, and it also decreases the insomnia. So important consideration, it requires gradual discontinuation. Why? We want to avoid withdrawal symptoms, okay? Patient will have nausea, anxiety, and akathisia. It's known for ano, sedative and known for significant sedative and anticholinergic side effects, okay? So these are the TCA's adverse effects and drug interaction. The common side effect, it can cause a range of adverse effects because of the broad impact of the neurotransmitters and receptors. It includes sedation and fatigue, sleep disturbance, visual disturbance and difficulty concentration, also neurological and psychiatric effects. It's could be having hallucination and disorientation, weakness and ataxia. There is generalized muscle weakness and impaired coordination or even tremors, which is involuntary rhythmic muscle contraction. Now, drug-to-drug interaction, it can also have increased TCA effects on certain medication. Say, for example, you're taking cimetidine, the patient is taking cimetidine, fluoxetine, or ranitidine. This increases the TCA levels, and it results with an increase in both the therapeutic and, of course, the adverse effects, especially the anticholinergic conditions. So, what do we mean by that? For the anticholinergic effects, the patient may have urinary intention, dry mouth, dry throat, constipation, feeling hot, decreased sweating, tachycardia, blurred vision and dry eye, sedation, dizziness, confusion, and hallucination. Okay, that's why the patients should be monitored closely, and there should only be an appropriate dose reduction should be made. Okay. So there are also other drug combinations that may also pose problems. Say for the tricyclic antidepressant and oral anticoagulants, this leads to a higher serum level of anticoagulants and increased risk of bleeding. Okay, so that's why blood tests should be done frequently, and appropriate dose adjustments in the oral anticoagulant should be made. Now, if the TCAs are combined with clonidine, the risk of arrhythmias and hypertension is increased. So this combination should be avoided, especially if the patient has underlying cardiovascular disease. The combination also of TCAs with MAOIs, okay, this lead to risk of severe hyperpyretic crisis. Okay, there could be a severe convulsions, extremely high fever, okay, hypertensive episodes, and death. Okay, so this drug combination should be avoided. Okay. So here, increased TCA levels for cimetidine, fluoxetine, ranitidine, bleeding risk, oral anticoagulant, cardiovascular risk, clonidine, and severe crisis if you combine the drugs. So that is the tricyclic antidepressant effects and drug interactions. Now, these are the examples of tricyclic antidepressant. Okay, so you take note of tryptyline and permine. So these are the suffixes that you have to remember. We are saved by suffixes: imipramine, trimipramine, desipramine, or amitriptyline, doxepin, or nortriptyline, protriptyline. These are antidepressants for tryptyline and permine for the suffix. These are tricyclic antidepressants. Okay. Now, let's go to the SSRI, or the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Okay. So these are a group of antidepressant drugs that specifically what? They specifically block the reuptake of serotonin, okay, with little to no effect on the norepinephrine. So it blocks the reuptake of serotonin into the CNS nerve terminals, increasing its availability in the synaptic cleft to enhance the neurotransmitters. Okay. This has fewer side effects. This is not associated with many of the CNS, cardiovascular, and anticholinergic effects that is seen earlier in the TCAs, and it improves patient tolerability. Its common usage, this is the most commonly prescribed antidepressant for depression. This is often considered as the first line of treatment due to the favorable safety profile. Its cost and efficacy, while generally more costly than TCAs, their improved safety profile often justifies the expense. Okay, so it's more expensive, but it has lower side effects, and this is the first line of what is this one? First line of treatment, the SSRI. Okay, so the mechanism of action, again, it blocks the reuptake of serotonin, and this inhibition leads to what? Increased concentration of serotonin in the synaptic cleft. So there is now higher level of serotonin. So it enhances serotonergic neurotransmission, and then it alleviates the depressive symptoms. The broad spectrum of use: depression, first line of treatment for major depressive disorder. The pharmacokinetics: fluoxetine, strongly protein bound, high binding influence distribution. It has long half-life of 2 to 3 days. It allows for 1 daily dose only, and this is primarily excreted in the kidneys. Key takeaway: 4 weeks are typically required for full therapeutic effects to be observed. So patient adherence is crucial. So this is a very important nursing education. You have to inform your patient that the full therapeutic effect will take 4 weeks. Okay, so they may tell you na it's not working, but you after taking it for 1 week, you have to inform them that the full therapeutic effect is 4 weeks. So they have to adhere to the medication. Okay, they have to adhere to the treatment. So the SSRI is contraindicated for those who have allergy reaction to SSRI, for those who are at risk for drug accumulation, the dose adjustments may be needed. This is also contraindicated for those who are severely depressed and suicidal patient, because it can increase the risk of suicidal thoughts in young adult. Okay. And pregnancy, the potential risk of pulmonary cardiac problems in the newborn. So the benefit must outweigh the risk. Breastfeeding, SSRI enters the breast milk. So you have to consult, they have to consult the healthcare provider. Side effects, common side effect is what? Dry mouth or xerostomia, blurred vision, insomnia, headache, nervousness, anorexia, nausea, diarrhea. Serious adverse effects: suicidal ideation, especially in younger patients, and decreased libido, etc. Drug-to-drug interaction. There is a critical interaction that causes high serotonin levels if you take it with MAOIs. So symptoms include what? Agitation, fever, confusion, and tremors. So there should be a washout period that is essential, no? So you need to wait for weeks before taking a different, say for example, they are in SSRI and will be moving to MAOIs. It has to be washed out in the system. So in order before they take another medication. Okay. Increased bleeding risk. SSRI increases bleeding risk, especially if with aspirin and NSAIDs such as ibuprofen, antiplatelet drugs, and anticoagulants. Again, suicidal risk is increased for the initial treatment. Pregnancy risk, there is an interaction for MAOI, and there is a bleeding risk. Okay? Okay. Now, the SSRI, these are the suffixes. Remember, talopram, oxetine, zodone, sertraline, cetolopsit, talopram, escitalopram, fluoxetine, vilazodone, zodone, talopram, oxetine. These are the suffix for the SSRI. Okay, you take this medication in the morning. You can take it at sunrise. Again, do not stop it abruptly. You have to taper it. Okay, you have to combat weight gain. Do not combine with MAOIs and also the St. John words, okay? Or you may have serotonin syndrome. What is serotonin syndrome? Muscle rigidity and restlessness, tightness in the muscle. There could be high HR and BP. So these are the side effects of the SSRI: sexual dysfunction, the 4S, stomach issues, swollen, weight gain, and serotonin syndrome. Okay? Now, let's move on to the monoamine oxidase inhibitor. So, this irreversibly inhibit the monoamine oxidase, which is an enzyme that is found in the nerves and other tissues that is also included in the liver. Okay, to break down the biogenic amine, norepinephrine, dopamine, and serotonin, and also relieve the depression. So it blocks the breakdown of the norepinephrine, the dopamine, and serotonin. So when you block its breakdown, there will be this blockage will allow for this neurotransmitter to accumulate in the synaptic cleft. Okay, so then there will be an increase in stimulation of postsynaptic receptors, and then it will alleviate the depressive symptoms. Okay, indication, this is indicated for depression in patients who cannot tolerate or do not respond to safer antidepressant or SSRI. But mind you, I mentioned earlier, you make sure not to combine it. No, you have to wait for the washout period, which will take weeks, meaning because it is still in the system, the medicine is still in the system, so you have to wait for the washout period. Okay, so it cannot be combined with SSRI. Okay, these are often diagnosed with treatment-resistant depression. Okay, so pharmacokinetics, it's well absorbed from the GI tract, 2 to 3 hours. It is metabolized in the liver, it is excreted in the urine, and it crosses the placenta, and it also enters the breast milk. Okay, what is the mechanism and forms? This MAO is an enzyme found in the liver and brain. So what is the purpose of this one? The role is to break down the monoamine transmitter. That is why the medication is MAO inhibitor or MAOIs inhibitor. So it blocks the enzyme, it prevents the breakdown. If there is no breakdown, of course there will be increased concentration of this neurotransmitter. Okay? So we have the clinical application and roles. They are not antidepressant of choice. Why? Because of their significant side effect profile and a need for strict dietary restriction. We want to avoid hypertensive crisis. Okay? They are typically prescribed for treatment-resistant depression. Okay? Meaning, hindi siya first line of treatment. Okay? It will only be given if the patient do not respond to the TCAs or second-gen antidepressant like SSRI. Okay? So there are two primary forms of monoamine oxidase A and monoamine oxidase B. So the MAOA rather, that metabolize the norepinephrine and serotonin. So inhibition of MOAA is key for antidepressant effects. MOAB naman, it metabolize primarily the dopamine and the trace amine. So selective inhibition is used for what? Parkinson's disease. So this is what I was saying earlier. There are food restrictions, okay? Because this drug has food interactions, okay? So you have to avoid these drugs with barbiturates and CNS depressant because there is a risk for excessive sedation. You also avoid it with tricyclic antidepressant because it can cause hypertensive crisis. You also avoid it with antihistamine. It potentiates the sedative effects. So, and also over-the-counter cold medication, because of sympathomimetic, it can trigger crisis. Okay. We have to avoid tyramine-rich foods, high tyramine foods. What are those? Avoid aged cheese. Tell the patient this one to avoid cured meats and liver. Tell the patient to avoid fermented foods, certain fruits, bananas, raisins. Also avoid alcohol and others like chocolate, coffee, yeast, and cream because this food is high in tyramine. And this tyramine-rich foods can cause hypertensive crisis because the monoamine oxidase is inhibited because of the monoamine oxidase inhibitor drug. Okay, so primary risk, hypertensive crisis, tyramine accumulation, okay, from certain foods, which can cause hypertensive crisis, and then it's life-threatening. Okay, let's see if we have the medication. Oh, okay. So these are the contraindications and cautions. You can see that hypertensive crisis, where symptoms are sweating and tremors, the heart rate is bounding, increased temperature, and the blood pressure is increased as well. Okay. Now, let's go for the antidepressant therapy. Nursing interventions, we check the vital signs. We regularly monitor the PP and heart rate because the antidepressant can cause changes like orthostatic hypotension, especially the TCAs or hypertension for the monoamine oxidase inhibitors. We monitor also for suicidal tendencies. This is very crucial in the first weeks, in the initial weeks, or when there is those changes. So you observe for any new or worsening suicidal thoughts, especially in young adults. We educate on the therapeutic onset. We inform the client that the full effectiveness may not be evident for 1 to 2 weeks. Okay. So this manage expectations and promote adherence. We manage the side effects. We advise taking sedating antidepressants at bedtime to decrease danger from drowsiness, and activating ones may be better in the morning. So these are the key patient education. Consistency is the key. We take the medication as prescribed. Do not stop abruptly. We want to avoid the withdrawal syndrome. We just taper it. We report side effects. We inform the provider of any issues. And we combine the therapy with the healthy habits. So there is lifestyle integration. And then we have the SNRI or serotonin or epinephrine reuptake inhibitors. This work by what? Decreasing the neuronal reuptake of both the serotonin and the norepinephrine. And also more weakly inhibit dopamine. Okay. So this is more effective for treating depression and other antidepressants for some people. Okay. So it blocks the reuptake or reabsorption of the serotonin and norepinephrine. Okay. This is heterogeneous group with varied mechanisms. It targets different neurotransmitters. or receptors beyond just the serotonin and norepinephrine. It could also influence in the dopamine pathway. So these are considered newer generation. So they provide more options with varied efficacy and side effect profile, which is beneficial for patients who do not respond to or tolerate to older drugs. Actually, this may also be even used before the MAOIs or the TCAs because it has fewer side effects. Okay. So common side effects, we have the nausea and dizziness, insomnia and headache, sweating and dry mouth, bupropion or bupropion, low risk of sexual dysfunction, increased seizure risk at higher dose. So there is lower sexual dysfunction and seizure risk. SNRIs may cause dose-dependent increase in blood pressure. Regular monitoring is essential. Mirtazapine and trazodone, these agents are generally more sedating and they may cause significant weight gain. Okay. High risk of serotonin syndrome with other serotogenic agents like MAOIs, SSRIs, and triptan. So you have to use it caution with other CNS depressants. So what are the nursing interventions? Check the vital signs, monitor, advise on the timing. Okay. So this ends the antidepressant agents.